Sanking Edge is really good versus Terrorblade in lane. I think this is
Mhm.
one, like, the thing that Liquid has going for them in their draft the most for me is the fact that I think Enchantress is easily one of the best supports versus Terrorblade. Pure damage in lane, control the map. He's not that easy to right click later, and if you can take towers, then you can really start to pressure Terrorblade.
You can also steal the jungle, and they actually go for the Leshrac.
They
Okay.
do.
So
Yeah.
the reason why we mentioned it's not like a counter to Terrorblade is because like going into like the middle portion of the game, you're not really killing off the illusions with your damage, and TB just right clicks you down. But I guess if you do win your lanes and you can take those early towers with the Ench, with a Lesh, like the map can feel pretty small. So then it starves Tundra, where it's like TB's farming, but Tide becomes a support. Mirana Abaddon watch the farm. So Liquid could deal with Terrorblade in the form of making him starve his own team. That could be like Liquid's approach here.
Yeah, and typically Leshrac can counter Terrorblade. It's not like it's some terrible matchup, but usually it's when the Leshrac team has more team fight. Because Leshrac's a very committal hero. Like both Terrorblade and Leshrac, if you look at their skill sets, they commit to fights. Terrorblade has to press meta, Leshrac has to run in to do damage. But I don't know if you have better team fight against Abaddon Tidehunter with Terrorblade. It's very scary.
Are we really saving a position 5 for our last pick on the side of Team Liquid? We got the Oracle removed already. Rubik, of course, still in the pool. If we want to see that still.
I think
Which
it's
other
pretty...
heroes that he plays are in?
I mean, is Wyvern in the pool? I can't believe Wyvern. They'll
Yeah.
probably ban on Tundra.
Wyvern's still available.
I think it's pretty standard to actually pick your position 5 in the last slot from first pick. If you see 2 cores that you want on your 16-18, like your 3rd and 4th pick, then it's not like the last pick on first pick has any additional value. You don't see anything else. There's not much.
I like Grimstroke for Liquid. Give yourself another platform to deal with TB later on. Like you have the early pressure of Sanking Ench, the mid game tower with the Leshrac, and then you take the late game with the Grim and the Ag still.
I could see that working, and they do ban out that Winter Wyvern, which I think was probably the first choice, right? Winter Wyvern versus Terrorblade, and it's not even that bad in lane versus Tidehunter if you have something like Monkey King.
I can't. This is too left field. Okay, Grim's my realistic one. My hipster prediction, quote from PPD, the hipster prediction is Undying. There we go.
Okay.
That's my 2.
We talk a lot about what we want to see from Team Liquid, because at the moment it seems like they have the biggest puzzle to solve in Tundra's draft, right? What kind of problem will Tundra run into at the moment with Team Liquid's draft? Or you kind of feel like they're confident regardless? We're looking most likely for a 9 hero still in the mid lane there.
Damage, I just simply put, like they have laning phase in regards like Tide, Mirana poking. Terrorblade, Abaddon survive, but they don't have anyone who really runs around and does anything. They all kind of exist and farm, and that's why I want like a really active mid lane to then play with Mirana and connect the dots, because if their lanes go even, that's where Liquid will thrive and just swarm into the jungle and do all the things we previously mentioned.
And I think, whoa.
Ooh.
Wait, it's 4
Different.
Leshrac 5 Ench.
Yeah. 5
Wait.
Ench, yeah. Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah, could very
Wait,
well
so
be.
they
Three-
picked
three or four
TA
Sanking
this
Lesh.
game, but not last game against Nyx Lina.
Oh, this is beautiful.
'Cause you're picking
so
TA to
Sanking and
counter
Lesh is
matchup.
flexing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should do 3 Sanking. I don't see the other way working out. I mean, we don't know. This is such a weird... Like, this could be 5 Sanking for all we know. Or, like, 5 Leshrac. Because, I mean, that's something they would play. Like, 5 Leshrac. It's good in lane versus Tidehunter, too. And 4 Enchantress, 3 Sanking. I think what Liquid has, though... I was going to say, because I was planning my point, but then they've ruined it a bit. If Sanking can connect, like if he wins this lane, they can play very fast with Edict, open up the map, and they do have a lot of magical damage.
I will be
Very-
Mickey's monkey, and
Yeah,
Isaiah's Enchantress, position
Bat
4
Rider.
on the... Yeah.
This is a filthy Batrider game.
It's a really
I must say,
good
I mean,
game.
this is like, oof. I'm very, very good. Because, of course, Monkey King is carry. You can always locate him, grind him down. But yeah, it's counters 4 of the 5 heroes pretty much on Liquid.
And it's not like Bat Rider really beats TA in lane. I think I've actually seen TAs win that lane, like decently hard, but in the game it's such a good matchup, and you can just play for the farm, and you'll always feel happy.
Yeah, I guess that's the main thing we're going to see here, right? It's like we wanted from Tundras, they needed a hero to open up the game for them. And if he can farm like the bots and then that instant BKB, that is when you become the biggest threat on the map, because Liquid has no way to stop this hero running at you. And that could buy the time for TB to come online, defend those early towers. But yeah, it's Bat needs to be super efficient in farming mid, going into jungle, getting those items, so that when Liquid wants to group up early, he's ready to lead the team with the Ravage, with the Mirana, kind of, and then throw it into Liquid's face. But, whew.
Any like you both are giving arguments about why the drafts could be good, but are you still sticking with Tundra, both of you?
I probably, yeah. I feel like this Batrider just is too much of a nuisance to deal with, and yeah, the whole TB thing again. Yeah, TB Batrider are going to be the kings of this game.
Curtis?
Yeah, for me, I feel like Tundra, their draft is very strong in the sense that they have clear outscaling here. So maybe they don't have the best tools to run around. Like Batrider, I wouldn't say is the most active mid. They don't have any sub from Rana. But Team Liquid, who have to run at Tundra, and they do have tools if Team Liquid are the ones having to run in. I mean, Team Liquid, you can always win these games. I don't think there's ever... It's very rare that you have outdrafts that are just unplayable. I mean, last game looked like it, but I still don't know if that's true. But I think it's very hard for Team Liquid to win this game. They have to play extremely well and aggressive.
Yeah, I hope that speech mid series was a powerful one. Team Liquid definitely needed it, and if they lose here, they're not out yet. This is the upper bracket, so if they lose here, they just drop down to the lower bracket, and Tundra moves forward to the upper bracket finals. But Team Liquid, of course, wants to see that third game, and I think a lot of Dota fans want to see a third game. We're gonna find out if we're getting that together with ODPixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, indeed. We'll see what we get going on here. The game has started, so we should be able to kick you pretty quickly into the action here of Game 2 between Tundra and Liquid. Fog, Liquid, they've got to step it up a lot here. Oh,
and they're going to go on
already. Tiger, the arrow does miss though. Snake King not able to get the connection, and now Liquid, they'll be able to find the turnaround. They'll catch fodder in the river. It will be Liquid that end up claiming the first blood. Liquid, as we heard from the panel, they've got to step it up big time. Game 1 was a tough one. Looking at this game too, Fogged, have they made it any easier for themselves with the draft, or do you see them having some difficulties again here?
I think it's easier than the last game for sure, but I still have some concerns. I think that they do have some problems. I think the TB is not as answered as I would like him to be, and I think that this TA is pretty hard addressed. You know, Batrider overall throughout the whole stage of the game, as Aoi was saying, sure, the lane might not be the worst for the TA, especially when he gets given first blood. I think he's got boots right away too, so he's going to have a good time there. Overall, though, Bat's going to shut him down every time. If he's able to get on him, he's just going to die every single one of these times. And I think Skeeter, he's going to have the potential to outscale. So yeah, I'm definitely favoring Tundra a bit here, and looking forward to be proven wrong by Liquid if they can play cleaner. But that first game left a pretty sour taste in my mouth.
Absolutely, it was not a close game at all, and of course after getting used to seeing some quite back and forth action here in the Western European qualifiers, that game definitely, as we saw statistically, not one of Liquid's finest, at least quite far from it indeed, as Tundra just continuing the level of performance that we saw from them the other day, looking very, very strong. As you say, getting Skeeter on his solid carry Terrorblade once more, looking to have some pretty good tools to just consistently bring out that same level of performance and control that they did in Game 1.
And looking to having some pretty damn good matchups, right? I mean, it's a TB versus Monkey King and TA. I don't think TB's really too flustered about this. Sure, he's flustered if Boxy gets crazy farm, but that's probably not going to be happening. As Fada, he's got 10 stick charges. He's kind of baiting them bottom.
I'll have another round of stuns in a second, but as you said, they've got to be careful how they overstep the mark. At least no metamorphosis to worry about for now, that long cooldown. See if that gives any chance for Boxy and Tiger to play aggressive.
They got to bring more regen, though. Okay, Tiger's got a good amount. I was like, Boxy's got one tango. And Tiger
in onto Fada. Tiger taking heavy hits here from Skeeter. We'll have to put the Fairy Fire step back.
You're almost dying to the TB when he doesn't have reflection in the lane, or doesn't have meta in the lane. That's a bit scary. And we are seeing mid Qualifier coming out very far ahead. With having that first blood, having boots, you're pretty much under no threat of the Batrider in the start. So once the levels build up, as we said, in the game is where the Batrider does counteract the TA. So Qualifier off to a great start. Taking a look at top. How's Mickey doing?
Got him.
Very well.
The reflection's going to do it. Boxy can't run away.
Oh,
Chases him down. Skeeter gets a kill in the lane.
Oh, it's just glancing top. I didn't think he would step up again so low, but Yeah, he actually does, and he's so low, and we were mentioning how he had no regen, so that was a bit surprising for him to do. This is a free farm TB lane.
There's getting the denies as well. 12 and 8 in the safe lane. A kill as well. Skeeter had a pretty free time in game 1. Maybe looking towards a repeat level of performance here. If Liquid aren't able to keep it together down here as this duo and Boxy and Tiger can't put some sort of pressure onto the Terrorblade.
I really don't feel like they can at all, especially with Fada next to him. He's got just constant heal sustain, removing of the stuns, etc. Or he's just the one tanking the spells as we've seen him do. Fortunately, though, for Liquid, we do see Mikke having a good time top, shutting down the Tidehunter on the opposite side there. So there is that. But yeah, Skeeter's just, it's a full free TB farm lane. And Boxy is going to start much slower than the Tidehunter. He will have a harder time of recovering it, at least. Boxy.
I haven't got any detection out here at the moment, Fada, so Boxy will be kept safe in the sandstorm.
But applying no pressure and getting constantly zoned away. Really concerning.
I saw earlier as well, 9 doing a good job of controlling. You know, not choosing to play into the face of the TA, did skip behind the tower, grabbed 2 waves to make sure that he's keeping on par, or at least trying his best with the farm. Obviously, at the moment, still Qualifier having that edge. Getting that little bit more out of this. We'll see what he's able to achieve as a TA that is having a solid start.
They'll have more stacks, though. The Bat will have stacks, I believe, that Snake King's making. He's got, like, the Ancient stack plus the Hard Camp at the ready. TA, not going to have those. She will eventually, and she'll be able to clear the Ancients easier. But 9 can do Ancients, too, which we can't forget, so.
Just enough damage, actually, there with that final hit, Qualifier. That was very, very close. I mean, it must have only just been enough, but it was. Qualifier is able to get a freebie. Snake King strays a little too close to the mid lane. See bottom Snaking.
He's like rotating bottom, okay.
He's going to come back into the map down bottom. We're trying to look for the body blocks on Tiger, but Tiger makes his way around Fada.
I think I want to see Tiger go stack some camps a bit here. They can't really apply the pressure onto the TB anyway, and I don't want Boxy to just be shut down. I don't want him to just be like a stun and just die. He needs to get his own farm in the game.
Gonna move in on to 33. See if they've got enough damage. They'll have another impetus in a second. It won't even be needed. Mikke builds up the stacks, gets the kill.
Bottom. Boxy. It does hit.
You make a fine crater.
And both carries having a good start.
Oh, this is nice from Insania. He's using his Wild Wing to farm the hard camp right now, right next to his ward. So he's stealing that stack away from the Bat Rider. This is a great invasive move from Insania. They get the kill, they walk in, they put the ward, and they steal the stack. Snaking now on the other side, saying he's going to start scouting out the Ancients, perhaps looking to maybe block out as well the TA's camps. Does have a sentry ward, and he has placed an obs to scout out the area.
We're still, not seeing any stacks as you wanted to from Liquid. Bottom Fada. Be able to step away, Boxy and Tiger. Again, running a little low on the potential to throw anything more out onto the Abaddon.
Haste rune bottom. 9, he could make a move with this.
Oh, he certainly will. Snaking's also around as well, starting to beat in onto Tiger. There's 9. Actually, it's not going to be tempted for it. He's going to turn his attention over towards Boxy instead, looking towards the bigger of the two of them, the core.
He's really hanging on to that haste.
Yes, just slowly pursuing Boxy. I mean, do they have detection between the two of them? They do. Dust on Fada. As there it goes. Boxy. He's not gone anywhere out of this. TP's still on cooldown. They'll take him out. I mean, 9, as you say, playing it cool. Same time up top. Mikke and Insania. They're going to go for another round on 33, and they've got it. 33 bullied out of the top lane as well. So we are seeing both offlaners definitely being punished in this early game.
Yeah, they do have methods of recovery, though, for the Tidehunter, where Sanking does not right now. No stacks. Now Taiga is starting to get those stacks started. Much needed for Boxy. And I guess because he held the haste rune, he wanted to hold that haste rune because he wants to get a bigger kill. He doesn't want to get
good efficiency.
The Sand King who's already shut down, who's having like no game. What he wants is to get a haste lasso on a TA. A haste lasso, probably the TA. I would say maybe the Monkey King, but it's more than likely just him going for Quake because it's a guaranteed kill, just with an arrow, which they will have snaking in the area for.
Absolutely snaking there with the backup if 9. does find a chance around this. So farming aggressively, trying to take away some of the neutral area that Liquid has had Qualifier sweeping through.
Seeing Liquid all prepped around their triangle here. It's all scouted. We're seeing Tundra just keep pinging it, and there's the smoke. So smoke with the haste rune. Gonna look to contest these stacks with that. 5 seconds till Firefly.
And Fada's going to bait some action.
Qualifier, he's got to be cautious.
He's heading in with the wraparound. They're heading straight over towards him. Stun off the mark here from Tigers. Nine's able to sidestep it. Flame break back into the range of the lasso. Nine's got the
Nice
grab.
dispel.
Insania is coming in with the heals though, and Qualifiers going to be fine. They don't have anything else to follow up onto Qualifier. Liquid turning up in full force to try and turn this around though. Catch Fada. Nine's able to make it away. So a lot of attention being drawn to this area. Liquid do respond. They do get the kill. They won't get a core though.
There's a great flame break to push him onto high ground there, but then a beautiful enchant coming out from Insane to dispel that haste rune off, so can't actually get the distance to get him up.
Now with this move, Mickey ready to now play aggressive on the bottom half with Insania. Start to put some pressure onto this tower. We'll see how much Tundra put into holding this. Skeeter does have Metamorphosis ready for the defense.
They have Ravage also on about 1 creep, so 33. He'll be available. Yeah, he'll be able to TP down. I think they can set up the defense. 9 short of the bots though. So let's see. They're bringing Fada down too, so it does feel like they are going to defend this. But Liquids, they're bringing reinforcements. Taiga TPing down. No points in Edict. They'll just have the 2 points in stun
They're
and 1
getting
in lightning.
aggressive. Mickey.
He's going
He's
deep.
charging in deep. He's looking to chase down Skeeter, get this Jingu Mastery stacks build up. Skeeter juking around the trees. Mickey will get the final hit off. Snaking's TP'd him.
Big
Boundless
hit.
Strike comes crashing down onto Snaking. Snaking will manage to leap out to the side in time, but Fada will fall. They get the kill on the Abaddon. The rest of Tundra do split away as the aggression of Liquid will get them a kill and should potentially get them the space to take this tower now, with Tundra unable to set up for the defense.
Interesting that they bring the Mirana down anyway, even if the Tide's not going to come. Because if Tide's not going to come, it feels like there's no way you can defend this on the side of Tundra, as Snake's just dead too.
He's still hanging around. Mickey finds it. Another kill in. Mickey off to a super hot start. 4-0-2 already on the Monkey King. Tower's being taken. He's going to hit a quick Echo Saber this game. This is already looking like a much better start from Liquid here in this game too.
I want him to keep being active on the map. I want him to keep looking for stuff, not be the farmer. He has a TA in the game, so I want him to just keep making the moves around and just keep swinging around, just following the TB around to slow down the farm. Because yeah, Qualifier going to get that crazy timing on the Desolator because of it. And then it's going to give space for Boxy to recover, which he really does need. 9 even continuing to bully the Sand King up top.
I mean, for the most part, you expect to see what Mickey sort of just stay on Tundra's half of the map.
I would like him to, yeah. I think that's the way he should play this game. Just because he has that TA and he has this under-farm Sand King right now. Once Sand King has the Blink Dagger, then I feel like Mickey can be a little bit more greedy with himself, but for right now, I feel like he does have to play quite active.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
3k gold lead.
Radiant's middle tower
Splitting up all over the map too, and Tundra cannot take advantage of it right now.
Oh, Qualifier making the most with this space. He's going to hit these scary item timings, as you would expect on a TA that's had all the free area of his half of the map. Desolator pretty shortly round the corner. Over in the jungle, they found 9. At the back with the Moonlight Shadow and Fada TP in it as well. Sentry has been dropped here by Liquid. Backup TP's coming in though for Tundra around the outpost. Snaking. He's looking for the angle onto Insane. He's not going to be able to get the connection though. Missing the arrow. Insane is going to live for a little bit longer. Heads out to the side. 9 still trying to get in on this. Getting the stacks. Sticking in. Build up on a Mickey. Ravage from 33 comes out to try to hold back Liquid as Tundra. They're looking to escape. Tiger chasing down 9. They're in with the jump. Mickey, he's going to get lassoed. 9 will continue dragging back, but 9 so low. The Boundless comes down onto 33. In fact, not onto 9 though. So 9 will be able to escape. Have they even got the damage for 33? They don't. 33's off into the trees. Liquid not quite yet able to get a kill out of this. 9. Let's continue to get these stacks really build up on Tiger and Qualifier. Big hit comes in onto 9, and 9's gone. Fada can't get after the miscoil or the shield in time. 9 will fall. Boundless comes crashing down onto Fada. Snaking, he's on the run. Mickey looking to chase. The Primal springs up. Snaking has no leap available. One more hit here from the Monkey King. Claims the kill. As Liquid, they will persist, and they continue to get this action going in their favor. Mickey now up 6-0-3 on the Monkey King.
And Taiga instantly goes mid too, starts edicting, and look at top. Skeeter, he starts hitting on tower, but Boxy's still in the area, and they're ready are swinging Mickey.
This is a big kill if they can finish it off. TP coming in for 9. Want to try and protect.
Oh, Mickey, what?
Oh.
Okay,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Didn't need to hit it, didn't hit it. You know, no need to be overkill. Mickey knows that.
And immediately smoking, not slowing down. I love this right now. They're actually playing, they're getting to play their game. Unlike the game before where it was like they weren't able to play around any of these cooldowns or anything like that. Like, oh, TB meta's on cooldown, Ravage is on cooldown. This game, they're actually able to take advantage of stuff. Swing around the map quickly, Ravage still cooldown, meta cooldown, everything's on cooldown. We've got a huge advantage. They could potentially even look for a Roshan.
Liquid.
Snaking.
Chasing it onto him, another kill for Qualifier. They have, you know, no doubt about it, recovered big time after what was a rough game 1. This game 2, no messing around, and I mean, top lane, fodder. We'll live here with the borrowed time. But this really is looking like the series turned on its head.
Oh boy! And they just stole the entire ancient stack too. So that was the Tide slash TB's ancients that are just completely taken away, and now it's the Roche too. Looks like the shoe is on the other foot this time around Tundra. Now it feels like they've got nothing they can do.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, I mean, this could be the beginning of a stomp the other way around. Yeah, 14 minutes in to have to lead the Liquid 2, and on the course that they have, this TA and Monkey King, and TA in particular, quite for 9k net worth, absolutely massive. Blink Dagger's going to be on its way out soon on top of the Aegis.
Yeah, and Bat doesn't have a way to get right on top of him just yet, right? He went for the bots first. He needs bots and Blink to be able to do what we were saying about how he counteracts TA inside of the game. Like, he'll just die before he gets into the range of it, as we've seen a couple times now. Snaking. Shows his face stop.
He's got the catch. Straight onto Snake. Snake trying to leap away. See if they can find him with the AoE damage and Tiger. They do. Another one for Liquid onto the tier 1 tower. Tundra not in any sort of position to stop this push.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Feels like they have to avoid until they get like another set of big items, or if they find like some pick up with the boosted travel on 9. Yeah, it doesn't feel like they really can just fight into this Liquid lineup now with such a big advantage. Liquid knows this. They're smoking. They're swinging across the map looking for the battle.
They are. They're hunting. And with the scan connecting, they know that Tundra's up here. 33. He's going to be the one to find the movement first. Liquid in onto the tide. 33 has to accept his fate. If anything alone, just maybe the information enough here to allow Skeeter to get out. Has got a TP available. He'll step himself a safe distance away and will manage to retreat back to his half of the map.
Crazy how we see such a switch of like just play from one game to the next. Liquid just looks like it's a completely different team. Like Tundra's making some mistakes, sure, but Liquid just looks like it's like 100 times different. Like,
yeah, they weren't playing like this in game 1. They really weren't.
No.
Maybe just needing the warm-up, maybe. But it is exciting in a series like this, as I say, if Liquid do get this stomp underneath their belts here in this game 2. Now, what on earth's going to happen in game 3? Are we going to see game 1 Tundra, or are we going to see game 2 Liquid?
Yeah, pretty much. Tundra now starting to feel like they need to get this big coordination come together, which was Liquid was lacking in the last game. All sticking together around the TB with meta. They've got Ravage available. They're just getting so poor now. The TA has almost double the net worth.
Yep.
Well, pretty much anybody else.
Qualifier is having well, yeah, certainly making up for some of those rough initiations from game 1 Storm.
Yeah, he's like, look, I'm not versus a Nyx Assassin at Storm this time. You know, I'm a TA. I'm versus a Bat Rider, but who cares?
I mean, honestly, I think, yeah, last game, I think maybe some of the moves were made in frustration just to sort of say, look, what can I do? I zip in, I get stunned, I die. You know, I don't think that would necessarily have been a fun situation to play the Storm into. Maybe it was not maybe his first sort of choice of hero to play in that sort of game, but gets handed it anyway, has a tough time.
And it feels also like, yeah, we do see that stat, of course. 12 kills is their 5th highest together in their 420 games. But I feel like this time it looks like a different directive that's driving Liquid 2 of just you know, they're not just going for kills, they're going for the next thing afterwards. Like when they did that play top, they kill the Tide, they dive him, they put a deep ward, and they steal the stack. So they're doing like these 3x things rather than just like thinking one step ahead. They're really preparing in this one, you can tell. And Tundra, they're not so much really. You know, they tried to do the big brain play of like saving the haste rune and stuff on 9, but ended up not working. Got totally counteracted by Liquid. And now you've got the blink on the bat, but your base is getting knocked on.
Yeah, 17 minutes in, Liquid. They're ready to start tackling the barracks with Qualifier. I mean, he's got the Aegis. He doesn't mind tanking an hour ahead. As they will jump to look to grab him back with the last of the Ravage. Comes out, catches onto the 4 of them. They've got the damage to bring Boxy down. Boxy on the Sandstorm off the side. The Wukong's commands laid down. Boxy will fall. Wukong's command, though, Mickey getting the space for himself and Qualifier continue to tackle the objectives. Tundra, though, they are pushing them back. Tiger goes down.
Mickey?
So Tundra can chase for more. 9. Continue to try and stay on top of Mickey.
They got the 2
will be able to
stunners.
slow him down.
So they really want to chase forward here. No sanking, no lash. Don't have to worry about the AoE stuns, but they can't chase forward.
All in all, though, Tundra base defended. The racks stay up. They are able to push Liquid away before an objective is claimed.
And they didn't use meta, actually. Skeeter was holding it the whole time. Didn't have to end up popping it. Sure, they used Ravage and Lasso, but pretty good hold when you're at a 10k deficit.
Absolutely.
Liquid respawning. Looks like they want to go right back to bottom lane, though. Lash TPing down, sanking pushing out mid.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're saying do it again.
They're ravaged down. You still have the benefit of the Aegis. Qualifiers in with a couple of hits on a snaking. Not enough to kill him, though. They turn with the arrow. They will manage to burn Qualifier's life once.
It's got that's an Ags gush. Okay, Tide's got an Ags.
I guess this quick timing is going to help out with the deep push. Is it going to help out enough, though? Boxy's in with a stun onto Fada. This time round, Liquid, they will have the space to get the racks. 19 minutes in, the first set of barracks taken away by Liquid. Liquid still maybe want to fight. They're in. Straight away with the jump, they're able to blow up Fada. Fada not standing a chance there to the hard hits of Qualifier.
Yeah, I think Tundra accepted the fact that Rax was going to go down, right? They just had Skeeter farming top the whole time. They didn't even call him back. They're like, all right, if Liquid makes the call to come down here, you just don't come. And Liquid did make that call, so Tundra quite on the back foot here as Liquid still continue to have most of the control of the map. Almost a BKB done on the TA now, too. Manta soon to be finished on Mickey. They're pretty rich. And now looking to claim this triangle area. Deny this away from Skeeter. Bit cautious to walk in, though.
I mean, with all the pressure and the lead that is building up in favor of Liquid, Skeeter is doing a good job standing toe-to-toe with the farm of Mickey. You see the item progression. He's still making good strides into it. You know, he's not falling off. So despite the lead that Liquid have, if there is that sort of that misplay, that overextension on the high ground against heroes, against spells really like the Ravage, the Lasso into the damage output of TB standing in his place with the Metamorphosis. Now Tundra, they do have strong abilities to be able to turn around a misplay from Liquid. So Liquid, despite the early lead that they've built up and the early racks that they've claimed, they do still have to remain on top of their game here against Tundra.
They absolutely do. And they got to watch out for how much damage will kick out from the TB. Because sure, the TB may not be the most farmed in comparison to TA, but he has an Ags Gush, which is never, you know, you can't really ever write that off. That extra minus armor that comes out from a TB just wailing on you.
This could really work out to be a big brain early purchase from 33.
Yeah, we'll see. Liquid's just, it's relentless. They're showing no mercy, and I see, did Taiga purchase the shard? He didn't. Okay, he bought a 4-step, but they're ready for the push.
I mean, they know they're still at this moment in time hitting quite a peak in their strength. And with the dive in, and on to 9-9, he's gone.
They got him.
The stun's landed. 9's out of the game here. Does have buyback available. There's still 20 seconds without the Tide as well.
Did Fada not have borrowed time there? Just borrow time the stun and then shield him off? I think he hesitated for a second.
I think
now he's at 2.
And he is. The speed that the heroes are dying, though, you're not getting much time to react at all. You know, 1 stun and literally 2 hits from Qualifier, and you are gone. The damage output, of course, of this TA this early on, incredibly potent. Push coming in. They're going to have creeps joining them in a second, so the backdoor protection soon to disappear. Tundra will have the full lineup back up for the defense. We're already going to see back on Liquid's half. They've managed to get in onto him. Skeeter, has he got any way out of this? He doesn't. The stun controls there from Tiger and Boxy. The magical damage as well as they bring down Skeeter.
That's a pretty big GG kill right there. That's 40 seconds without him where he's not going to be farming on the map too, and he needs every little moment in the game to be able to 1v5. Oh, I didn't see that, but AUI messages me, he goes, 33 pulled wave with Courier. So I guess that's what happened in the mid lane. That's why there were no creeps there. We saw Tundra do that actually in the...
Was it? Yeah, I was going to say, we have some
Was it in the
teams-
qualifiers?
I think it was Tundra.
Yeah, it was Tundra. I think they lost that game, but they tried.
They did. Oh, they get the grab on Mickey. Ravage comes out as well. They're chain stunning Mickey. Mickey's gone. They're able to bring down the Monkey King. Over towards Boxy they go. Sand King also will fall. The racks have been taken, but not without the casualties. Liquid, they lose 2 cores for this. See if Tundra can get more out of this. They get the knock back onto Qualifier. No lasso, of course, already used, but the arrow connects.
Big stun.
Tiger holding them back with the split earth. In fact, looking to try and turn as he runs back in onto Snake King. The hit comes down to Fada, not enough damage to finish him off. Skeeter steps in with the Metamorphosis, brings down Qualifier. Tiger falls as well. Liquid, they get the racks, but it's not a clean job. Losing 4 heroes for it. And big streaks being claimed. They're 33, able to get quite a bit of a cash bonus for taking out Qualifier. And they're ready to run it down mid and have a bit of a pushback now, Tundra, despite losing the racks.
That's pretty decent. That's almost the Scotty done. So Skeeter, his death, it hurts a lot, but once he's got Scotty, he'll have a pretty decent way to stand toe-to-toe with TA if they do have ways to protect him with frontline heroes, which they should with the Tide, who's going to start getting a lot tankier after, you said, he got that big gold bounty from the TA. So another 2,600 on him. Maybe we do still have a game on our hands.
And we certainly do. There's absolute turnaround potential from Tundra's lineup. I mean, as you said at the start, you did like the draft of Tundra, and it's.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons was this sort of situation that even if Liquid gets this sort of lead and takes control of the early game, Tundra, if they land their spells, get that team fight together, set up for Skeeter's Terrorblade to pop off, they absolutely can still win these engagements, even though they are behind.
And it does look like Liquid does feel like they're playing with a bit of a timer. The way they know too, they need to like just run down these lanes. They can't let this TB get to this point. Can't get to like the next item. If he gets like this Scotty, he gets one more item. That's probably where Liquid just loses the game. So do feel like they need to keep keeping this game clean. They have 30 seconds till Roche comes back up. It's gonna coincide with the Ravage cooldown though. So a bit fortunate for Tundra on that respawn.
Radiant are scanning.
Absolutely, because you've got to sort of ask yourself, you know, as you said, when the next item comes out for Skeeter, you know, what's going to save a member of, you know, a core of Liquids if they do get caught out by a Ravage into the beatdown of the Metamorphosis-sized TB? You're going to get the kill every time, Tundra, if you can find that sort of opening to a team fight.
Yeah, and they have, I mean, they have Blink Dagger, right? They have Blink Ravage. Blink Ravage plus an arrow, they'll be able to take out one of the heroes very quickly, and there's only, I believe, the BKB on Qualifier. So they can target Mickey, and then just isolate Qualifier at the end of the fights with a lasso. So Mickey has to be very careful with his positioning.
Now looking for the Roche here, Liquid. Tundra do have everything.
Oops.
Well, okay, 20 seconds till Metamorphosis. Let's see if they can get in the pit.
The less stuns being just blanketed.
Moxie. It was 9. 33's in.
Ravage.
Ravage is out. He's able to catch all 5 of them. He jumps in. He's caught Tiger. He's caught Insania. Tiger and Insania to fall. There'll be a buyback straight away from Tiger.
Nine got it.
Roche, but 9, he's able to get the snatch. The Aegis is grabbed. Sure, they bring him down, but 9, he was able to get the Aegis, and he also got the cheese. As Skeeter clears up with a triple. 33, he is getting turned upon by Mickey. Qualifier jumps in as well. 33 turns around with the gush. Mickey, he's got to be careful. Skeeter, he's stepping in. He's looking for more kills. Jump forward from Boxy here with the burrow strike onto Skeeter, but Skeeter just thunders himself back up to full HP. Boxy, he's up in the air with the Yules. He can't get away though as they bring down another. Fada pushing back onto Insania. These are diebacks from Liquid. Qualifier also to fall. As the whole lead and advantage that Liquid had at the start completely taken away from them now. As Tundra, they draw the game back to even. And maybe even more than that if Liquid
maybe even more.
Weren't able to get more than just a couple of set of racks here 26 minutes in with their aggression against Tundra's strong scalability. The rest of this game could not look too hot for Liquid at all. Tundra hitting their element. Skeeter at this incredible power level, and 33 on the Tide. Those little things getting the kill in the previous fight against Qualifier for that cash boost, making sure he had the blink ready for this fight. He's in. Perfect Ravage. 9. Perfect steal. Tundra, they're blowing the game wide open.
That's everything I was gonna say. Yeah, it was flawless. They caught everybody. 5-man Ravage. They get the steals. Who ended up getting the shard? They didn't take that too, right? I think he got the shard too.
I think it's right. He didn't buy that for himself. I don't think he's
I
buying
think
the
he
shard
got all
on that.
three.
I think he did pick that up as well. 9.
My God. I mean, that's like super game-winning stuff coming out there from Tundra.
Whew,
now they've got, like
huge.
Skeeter, he's got his Scotty, and now he almost has that next item as we were talking about. He had the butterfly queued, which I kind of liked. Maybe trying to protect himself with BKB. I think he might still switch it, but... Okay, he is going for BKB, but... Yeah, now they're in a comfortable spot. The whole game is just completely switched.
Spot.
And TB is now the strongest hero in the game, which for a long time it was Qualifier, but now it is by far Skeeter.
And I think he's going to continue to be exactly that for the rest of this game.
I think so too.
With the BKB done, there's not a lot that's going to be stopping Skeeter from getting these kills as we saw in that last fight, picking up the triple. This Terrorblade now a monster, and Liquid, as you said, we did sort of see that borderline desperation with the way that they were just charging down, going for these early racks. Sure, they hit them at good timings, but maybe not quite good enough here. As with the lead now favoring Tundra in net worth, Liquid, they can't allow any more mistakes. Another mismove, and this game is going to slip into very difficult territory for Liquid to regain the lead that they had.
Yeah, it just did tick to Dota Plus favor as well, too, for Tundra. So it was like 90% for Liquid for quite a long time, and it did just switch. Yeah, it was like 85, 90%. So
that's quite a turnaround.
And Tundra's got everything ready. Liquid, they better be ready as well.
Boxy's gone. Quick round for 9, sees the Sand King. And Boxy out, 50 seconds, he's gone. Tundra easily can look towards taking away this final tier 2 tower. They swing around to the bottom lane. Mickey has got the BKB, so a little bit more survivability from in these fights, but as we say, regardless of the Magic immunity, you're not going to have fun fighting underneath the nose of the Terrorblade.
And I feel like now I think they might just lack damage now for the TB. Like these last 2 fights for Tundra, they've acquired so much gold. They have Greaves on snaking too. They have extra heals coming out from that with the shields. So Skeeter, he's gotten infinitely stronger really since the last few times they battled him. A Titan Sliver as well. Like 37 armor. Like the TA and the Sanking and all that could burst him down before, as we saw the Sanking Lesh take him out, but now so quickly it's turned. Like Liquid, you can look at their posture on the map. They know they're on the back foot now.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw from them a clear strategy when it came to using this draft from ahead. We've got to see what they can do when they're now playing from behind with these heroes.
Mickey?
Looking for Fada. Fada still has the burrow time available. Now in with the burrow strike. Fada able to step off with the ult and has the backup of Tundra by him, so Liquid, they can't really try and chase this down anymore. 33 does have the Ravage good to go. Mickey's got to put the BKB. Turn with the balance strike onto Fada. Another 4-star as Fada gets himself away from Mickey. They've got to head away. If 33 gets a good jump on this could be the fight over for Liquid. Jumping with the gush, look at the Boxy. Boxy with the Yules and the Blink out will manage to get away. Skidder still stepping in. Mickey watching from the tree line. Time with the idea of dropping the Wukong's command. Boxy, he's getting beaten down by the illusions of Skidder. That's Boxy gone. Now a man down, Liquid. This is not a team fight that they want to get involved in anymore, as Liquid, they'll have to run. Insania trying to break himself away from them, but Skeeter's in. The stun control's there from Snaking with the arrow. 2 more kills for Tundra.
Instantly Moonlight Shadow, swing across the map, 30 seconds to find another kill. Lanes are in a good spot. TB sends an illusion toward top. Mickey, he has no BKB. 9's already on top of him.
Yeah, Fada heading straight over. Able to catch him mid-spring attempt up to the tree line. What more have they got? He's going for the TP out. Tayo trying to spread him far enough away to stop any sort of cancel coming in for the rest of Tundra, and it will work. They get the 2 of them out of there.
All your lanes are pushed in now, though. Liquid, they're respawning, but yeah, these illusions, the TB has cut everything, and they still have meta, they still have Ravage. Sure, Lasso was used, but starting to see that they don't really need that anymore. So now Liquid, what's your move? Like you said, what do you do when you're behind with this draft?
What do you do?
They're getting close to the data list on Qualifier, but they have to find ways to get back into the fights. Like, they just can't get through this front line. This TB, this tide.
So for the jumping on Fada, but again, you're committing onto the abandon. He's got borrowed time. Fada's fine and out to the low ground. Okay. Try and chase a little bit tentatively. Does have BKB ready to pop if a turn comes into play, but won't be required. Tundra step out to the side. So
he's starting to get
back in. Oh, they're going to have an arcane ready for the next fight as well. 9's going to grab it.
Nine's going to have that, yeah. like almost butterfly done now on Skeeter. So they're going to be a full item behind now on both of these cores. They're not going to be able to deal with him. That's what we were mentioning, how when he gets that next item versus this lineup, like this is why TB is the king of the scaling in this game. Even though Liquid had such a good early game, Skeeter, he's hit his stride. 8-2-8.
Yeah, he's
Looked scary for a moment for him, but yeah.
I mean, Tundra showing some incredible strengths in this series. Coming out game one with a complete stomp from the start. And as you said, and we saw there on the probability of this one, turning around a game that Liquid had such a solid beginning with, but it slips away. Tundra hit back so hard with that fantastic play and coordination around the Roche pit that Tundra absolutely, even if it's just a 3K lead, it feels like much more than that. Tundra, they are the ones with the huge advantage right now because of the position their heroes are in.
And I think it's a testament of itself when yesterday we saw the same thing from Tundra. They were behind significantly in a game, and they knew how to play from behind. I think that shows me, for me, a team that's actually better. It's a team that knows how to play behind with the draft rather than a team that plays from ahead. And Tundra's shown this several times, so yeah, very impressive so far, and yeah, looking really good for them in these next few moments, unless Liquid lands some huge connection. Yeah, 15 of the 251 games so far in TI10 calls have had an 11,000 plus K. 11,000.
Not a lot.
No, it's not.
Not a lot at all, and Tundra looking to pad that stat up a little bit, you know, with this sort of showing. I mean, Liquid, how do you go about the fights? Like, we've already established this Terrorblade, very hard to burst through. Like, can you even commit onto Skeeter if you just got to look to try and take everyone else around him? I mean, how on earth do you go around with dealing with this Terrorblade now at this point?
You have to kill everybody but him. You have to isolate him completely, and it's extremely difficult. They're not fragile at all, and the ones that you run into every time, it's a Tidehunter and a Batten. So they just soak your abilities. They don't care. Roche is back up. Tundra looking for the fight.
Invisibility.
Skeeter just heading in first. He's got the squad smoked up behind him. Skeeter just charging in, and they're able to get the grab on a Qualifier. They've got the lasso down, 33's in with the Ravage, he's able to get it off, catch them all, they don't get the BKB off in time on Mickey, it's 2 dead, Mickey now puts the BKB, Lucian was fired up, but Farley's got the borrowed time, Mickey just dying to the damage output of Skeeter, Mickey's gone, over to the side, Gush catches Insania, once more, 33 finding the perfect Ravages here, that just, Liquid, they're not ready for them whatsoever, Tundra straight up to the high ground, no buyback on Qualifier for a minute. Good amount of duration still left on the Metamorphosis. This is going to be some heavy damage done to the base of Liquid.
They might just go tier 4s. I think they might just end this game.
Tundra.
Yeah. They have to buy back, but
they've got to do something, Liquid.
I don't think they can even hold with this buyback. TA's still dead.
BKB still on cooldown for Mickey. He can't really get anywhere close to approaching them. The meta will come to an end. I don't know if that matters too much. Skeeter is going to continue to step up. They will jump in on the back line. Snakey's going to get healed up by the missed call. He's off to the side. Mickey, he's held in position. Mickey's gone out of action. Tundra, they can look to close this one up with 3 dead on Liquid. Tiger and Insania giving their final attempts to push them back. It's not going to happen. Tundra, they focus the Ancient. GG is called as Tundra will take the series 2-0. And my goodness, as we say, with game 1 being a complete stop from Tundra, game 2, Tundra turning it round masterfully. They just completely outclassed and outplayed Liquid today, Fog.
I totally agree. First 15 minutes, first 20 minutes or so for Liquid looked perfect. And then like 1-2 slip-ups, Tundra somehow just makes it work. This was really impressive individual things and really impressive just team coordination. I think, like I said during the game before, I think it's a huge testament when you're a team that's able to come back multiple times in a qualifier like this with such a big deficit and Liquid really snowballing and identifying their win condition. Tundra, they did too, and they out-executed. That was sick.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. If Tundra can keep up, producing this level of performance, it's going to be very exciting to watch their continuation up here on the top half of the qualifiers. You know, we'll see who's going to end up going against them in the next round. But regardless of who it is, they're definitely going to have quite a challenge with Tundra playing as they are. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Tundra, a series, it's all theirs, 2-0 against Liquid.